What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before we even get to this video, I need you guys to like, I need you guys to subscribe, because the channel is about to blow up. If you're here now, you're here before it blows up. Why? Because I have a lot of people that are not only manifesting it for me, but people are praying for me. People are praying that I bless up. People are praying that, my channel blows up. Why? Because I'm only trying to spread the truth. I'm only trying to spread positivity. I'm only trying to help you stay motivated, stay inspired, and self-improve. And people love that. People see that I'm working hard. People see that I'm making the content. People see that I'm putting in the work. So some people reward me with a like. Some people reward me with a subscribe. And like I said, that only helps the algorithm. And the algorithm sees that, and it's like, oh, well, this guy must be talking about something, I guess. Okay, put it in front of some more people. And next thing you know, more people are being inspired. More people are being motivated. And more lives are changed. So like I said, before I even get into the video, the one thing I need you guys to do is to like and subscribe to the channel. Okay. The title of this video is They Hate How Balanced You Are. What do I mean by this? Too much of anything can be bad for you. Too much water can be bad for you. Too little of anything can be bad for you. Too little water can be bad for you. So what do you have to do? You have to have the balanced amount of water. So you can't go around and drown yourself, but you can't also go out and die of thirst. What do? You be right in that middle to where you satisfied your thirst, but you're not over satisfying to where you're drowning. Okay? It's like sweets and stuff. You can eat a sweet here, you can drink some coffee, put some sugar in it, you can have sweets. And sugar is not the worst thing ever. But when you start to eat candy all the time, when you get to too much of it, when you have that gluttonous mindset, that's when it starts to get to you. So they hate the fact that you're so balanced, because that's not your nature. You're not the type to overindulge on things that you know that are bad for you. You are so balanced that you know that too much of anything can be bad, and too little of anything can be also bad. So by understanding that, you're always in the middle of the balanced part, because not only do you understand, if there are things in life that are supposed to make me tempted, if there are things in life that are supposed to make me, want to indulge, it's not the fact that you can't indulge. It's the fact that people take it, they do too much indulgence. It's not the fact that you can't enjoy something. It's the fact that people tend to go overboard. Okay, Jesus turned water to wine. Even he drank. Okay, but it's one of those things where if you drink too much, there's so many cases, testimonies that have to deal with people being drunk, people drinking alcohol. I'm not saying another prohibition, but it's one of those things where if you drink a little bit, you can survive. But if you drink too much, it's bad for you. Why? Because at the end of the day, you become an alcoholic. At the end of the day, you start to drink and drive. At the end of the day, it starts to affect you in your life. Okay, and like I said, too much of anything can be bad, but the thing is, you know how to be balanced. So while your hater is going out and indulging in all the fast food, indulging in the smoking and the drinking, and just doing too much of it, you not only are not indulging in too much of it, but if you do decide to indulge, if you do decide to drink, if you do decide to eat fast food, if you do decide to eat candy, things that aren't necessarily bad for you in smaller amounts, you can go and enjoy it. But my thing is, you understand that, if I do too much of this, it's gonna have a negative impact on my body. It's gonna have a negative impact on my life. So that discipline of being able to handle it, that discipline of being able to not only understand that you don't need to overconsume, that discipline of knowing that you don't have to overconsume is gonna be what makes you balanced. Society is always gonna try to get you to buy. There's going to be a new burger coming out. There's going to be new chips coming out. There's going to be a new soda coming out. There's always going to be new something coming out. They're always going to try to get you to buy. But my thing is, you are not only going to overindulge and not fall victim to that marketing, the advertising, and the promotions, but it's one of those things where you understand the power of the marketing, advertising, and promotion. You understand that most people get taken advantage because they overindulge. Like I said, it's like there's nothing wrong with eating a candy today, when it's Halloween, but there's something wrong with eating candy every day of the year. There's nothing wrong with drinking water because I'm thirsty, but there's something wrong with drowning. Okay? And like I said, it's one of those things where you not only are balanced when it comes to discipline and motivation, but you're also balanced when it comes to just being able to control your emotions. If you feel happy, if you feel sad, you can not only go and express those feelings, but you also balance enough to when you feel anger, when you feel jealousy, you know how to hold those feelings back. So it's not only being able to express your feelings, it's being able to suppress some feelings. Why? Because sometimes, like I say, you feel that anger and you want to hurt somebody. You want to make somebody, feel the pain that you're feeling. But it's one of those things where how is that going to solve the problem? Okay. And the fact that you're balanced enough to be like, okay, when I spread positivity, I want to spread positivity. And when there's negative things in my life, I don't want it to affect me in such a way that's going to make me a negative person. So what do? You have that balance. You're positive enough and you're negative enough. Negative enough meaning you don't take a BS from people. You don't let people walk over you. You don't let people get to you. You don't let people manipulate you, use you, and take advantage of you. But it's one of those things where just like you don't let people take advantage of you, you're also not trying to take advantage of other people. Just like you want to spread positivity, you don't let people come and bring negativity into your life. So it's one of the things where you have to be balanced. Yes, there's still positive in your life. Yes, there's still negative in your life. Yes, there's still, you're still, like I said, indulging, or you're still getting whatever it is that you want, even if it's not necessarily the best for you. Why? Because at the end of the day, you're the one that gets to choose. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you can't drink. I'm not going to tell you can't smoke. I'm not going to tell you can't enjoy sweets. I'm not going to tell you can't enjoy fast food. But it's one of those things where in moderate amounts, sure, you can go eat a burger today, McDonald's, enjoy it, and then go back to the gym every day of the year. I can eat some candy today, and then, like I said, never eat it for the rest of the year. I can drink some soda today, and then go the rest of the year without drinking it. So it's one of those things where you can still partake in it. There's nothing wrong with partaking in it, but it's one of those things where I don't overindulge. If I start drinking soda today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, if I go to McDonald's today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, then that's when it becomes a problem. Why? Because it's not balanced anymore. I'm doing too much of it. I'm not only are you responsible for how your life turns out and the life that you live, but you control the decisions that you make. So when you feel like you're unbalanced, or when you feel like you're leaning one way or the other, you're leaning too positive or too negative, make sure you try to balance it out. Why? Because too much of anything can be bad for you. Too much good can be bad. Why? Because people walk over you. Too much bad can be bad. Why? Because then you start to be more violent. So it's one of those things where you need a little bit of good and you also need a little bit of bad. But it's the balance of the good and the bad. Okay, it's the balance of the good and bad. You can't appreciate the good until you have bad in your life. If your life is nothing but perfect happiness all the time, if nothing ever goes wrong, you're never going to appreciate your happiness. If your life is always miserable and stuff like that, when you are happy, you're going to look back and remember, oh, dang, I remember when my life used to be worse. So like I said, at the end of the day, you have to be balanced. Why? Because other people are not. People tend to fall one way or the other. But when you tend to be in that sweet spot in the middle, you tend to be the most resilient. You tend to be the most it tends to be the most optimized. And so like I said, you can still have your cake and eat it too if you don't eat the whole cake in one sitting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as you stay balanced, people are going to tend to notice. As long as you stay balanced, your life is going to be better than people who overindulge or people who take advantage of the thing that's in their life that's they not supposed to take advantage of. Okay? So, like I said, balance is key. One more time. Balance is key.